All right, these are BF225 Honda 4-stroke motors. They're 04s. We're gonna do a VST clean out and all of the filters and the pumps that go to it. Real quick, they were bogging down real bad, and one of them had quit running. I ended up having to replace the fuel pump on the one that wouldn't start. A bunch of tips and tricks on how not to strip these screws out, these small stainless screws on the VST. So I already took off the intake and the lower cowling. If you hadn't done it before, it's all of these little bolts. It's pretty self-explanatory that they go around. You pop this off, and then you have to take this bar off, okay, and it sits right here. And then once you take that out, take these bolts out, pop this off. There's some more bolts in here that screw into these, and then this will pull out, okay, the intake and throttle body. Okay, so now that I got that off, what I'm doing is there's these bolts right here, 1, 2, and then there's a third one back here, and then all these hoses. So I don't know if you're in the middle of doing this or not, but I'll kind of give you a little walk around to help you put things back together if you already took it apart without taking pictures. I know I have to find stuff like that all the time, but we're gonna get these hoses off and pull this out. One reason I'm having to do this down here, there's a screw to be able to drain this VST tank, and as you can see, mine was too corroded to be able to drain the tank out. Maybe do that first if your engine's running rough. Alright, I'm gonna take this hose off right now, okay, pretty easy. This goes from your low pressure fuel pump right here to the VST tank. And after I get this one off, I'm going to take this hose off, but I'm going to leave it connected here, and I'm going to undo it from this, so this one's next, and I'm going to undo it from up here on top of the fuel rail, from right there, because that pops out real easy. Trick, while you're doing this, as soon as you get an O-ring, take it off, go run inside and put it in your freezer, and that way you can reuse the O-rings. It'll save you like $200 on this whole job. My buddy Michael Foster taught me that. But yeah, so anytime you see an O-ring, go put it in your freezer. That's what I do, at least. Did on the last one, no leaks. Okay, when I took this one off, fuel came squirting out of the fuel pump because I had it pressurized. So heads up there. Now I'm gonna take, see, there's 3 hoses right here. Okay. And 2 of them go to this right here. And on the last one, I had a hard time figuring out how these hoses are run. So they go over this, okay? And then the one with the little filter in it goes to the bottom, right in there. That one with the filter goes to the bottom, okay? Okay, I got these 2 removed. They popped right off. Now there's 2 of them back here, a top one and a bottom one. Okay, these are a pain, and I ripped one of them last time because my hoses are a little old. And then there's one on top of it in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and be real careful with these as I get them off. Try not to rip them again, and then take that top one, and I believe that's it. It ought to pull out. Pull out. All right, once you get that top one off, it'll pull out a little bit. Look. The fuel pump right here, you're gonna have to undo this, and it comes off. You know, it's on a little metal tab. It's got this little tab in there. If you just push it like that, just a little bit, it'll slide right off like that, and then you just unclip it. Yeah, so I still got. Now I got the top one off first. I pulled it out a little bit. Still got these 2 back here, and then there's this one right here that I'm gonna undo, but it'll let me pull it out to undo it. And then, yep. Okay, so I got these 2 off with this pair of pliers. I grabbed them, rotated them back and forth, just like that, and they came off easily. All right, so when I go to put it back on, I'm gonna do these 2 first. Then I'm gonna do the top one. Okay, then I'm gonna do these right here. They're gonna come over it into right there. All right, and then, well, first I'm gonna do these 2 that I gotta take off. This back one and this one. These are the last to come off. They're going to be the last to go on. And in here there's a filter. If you take that O-ring, put it in the freezer, you can reuse it. The filter's like $45 on boatparts.net, but you can get it on Amazon for $12. Just copy and paste the part number, save a lot of money. I got a bunch of crud in here. My fuel pump, I'm hoping I can revive it. I'm pretty sure I can hear it like stuck. I think I might be able to clean it out and keep using it. But yep, just kind of give you an idea. Those two back there, gotta get these off. This top one comes off real easy. And then don't forget to unplug that right there. And then this one unscrewed from the fuel rail. Okay, I'm not gonna put that O-ring in the freezer. I think it'll be fine. It's real tight. Okay, got her out, and then I just dump all the gas out of it. But now I'm gonna take this bad girl into the garage, get some light, and I'll show y'all how I take this apart without screwing anything up. I hope. Alright, so first stainless screws I'm going to take out are right here for this filter. Before I take this off. Okay, if you don't have one of these, you need to buy one or you will strip these screws out. Okay. This is an impact driver. This is a Craftsman. Okay, I got it on Amazon. I think it was $12. But I'm going to put it on here. And then I'm going to hit the back of it with a hammer. And it's going to magically undo these screws without stripping them. Okay. Did you see that? Boom. Just one little tap. These stainless screws are so easy to strip too. See, I put a towel down on my bench in here. Boom. Crazy, huh? Take this off while it's still all connected. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Okay. Oh yeah, that filter's pretty nasty. There's springs and stuff in here too. Don't want to lose that spring. I'm gonna go ahead and take the top of this off to get my fuel pump out and clean this out right here. So make sure you don't set it on any of these little fittings because you'll break them. Alright. Now I got these 4 screws. Gonna do the same thing. Alright, before I get this next screw out, there's this little plastic piece, this white one. I'm gonna have to take it out. Same with this one right here that holds the wire. So I can get these 2 screws out so I can pull the lid to where the fuel pump is. Like I said, I think there's some gunk clogged in my fuel pump that I'm gonna clean out. I'm also gonna take this off and clean the whole tank out and get all the fuel out of it. One reason I'm having to do this down here, there's a screw to be able to drain this VST tank, and as you can see, mine was too corroded to be able to drain the tank out. Maybe do that first if your engine's running rough. If you're trying to diagnose your engine, I'm sure y'all found the amazing forums with like Honda guy and that. They'll teach you a lot. But I'm gonna get this off. We'll see what the inside of the fuel pump looks like. Alright, I got it off. This last screw was super corroded, but I did it without stripping that tiny little stainless screw. Love this tool. Now this O-ring, as soon as I take it off, I'm gonna go put it in the freezer, and then I'm gonna take this fuel pump out. There's like, okay, so when you're doing this, remember that metal plate's on first, and then there's a weird rubber plate, and I'll take a video of how it comes out, because it was weird getting back in. But yeah, you're definitely going to want to do this in the order I did it. This was a lot easier, taking that off first, and then this off while it's all connected. And then I can undo that, these 4 right there to pull this. And then there's 2 O-rings right in there that connect it to there. Alright, to pull the fuel pump out, I had to do this last time too. Got a pair of channel locks, pulls right out. Okay, pro tip right there. You're welcome. Save you 5 minutes. Yeah, man, honestly, this VST looks pretty dang clean. I don't know where it sounded like my fuel pump, but I'm gonna test it and see if it works. Alright, but now I'm going to take a 10mm and I'm going to undo these 4 to pull this off. Then I'm going to take that one apart. Hooked up in the boat, connected. So we got these O-rings in here. I'm just gonna leave them be. I'm not gonna try and get them out yet, but yeah, I don't see any gunk in here. Everything's looking good.